have curls. I'm not used to this. I'm used to my squiggly, raggedy. Put that thing away here. I can roll with this though. Hey everyone, today's video I will be showing you one of my recipes to get super shiny, super curly, healthy hair growth. I don't know what to call this, but it is neem and aloe vera hot oil mixture, and I already went through half the bottle and I didn't barely even started, but I can really feel it, see it, and I'm loving it. So for most of you watching this video, you kind of already know what these things are and what they're doing, and you're already researching. I'm just gonna wait for this person to move whatever they're moving outside because they're making a lot of noise. Of course, right when I start talking. Okay, as I was saying, you kind of already have an idea of what a lot of these things are, what they do, because you're researching on how to restore and revitalize your hair, or just give it that extra boost and you want your hair to grow super long. I will definitely say my hair is flourishing and it's growing and growing, and it's only been a couple months since I cut it again. It's pretty much getting back to the length that it was initially before I even went into this madness. I'm just behind by like maybe 5 or so inches, so I feel that like in a couple more months I'll be back to where I started, in a hell of a lot better state than what it used to be. But for those of you who are new to the game and you have no idea and you're just researching and learning, aloe vera is basically like a miracle plant, and it's pretty much in the succulent family. It looks like a succulent plant, but it's just really big compared to the little cute ones you see in the pots, but you don't really care about that, I'm sorry. And it originates from the Arabian Peninsula, and it's also found in tropical or semi-tropical areas. A lot of people keep it in their house as decoration, but it is amazing for your skin and also your hair. There's 2 typical uses for this plant, and it's in the gel form or the latex, like yellowish form. And basically, there's just so much commotion going on outside. But basically the gel is used for wounds, burns, cold sores, and psoriasis, and dry skin, and just a lot of different topical health issues, and a lot of people use it for their acne. And the latex part of it, a lot treat their digestive system with it, and it kind of helps with constipation and stuff. But as I've done my research on the aloe vera plant, I wouldn't really, sorry, my hair's getting stuck. I wouldn't really advise, or I would advise looking deep into what you're taking, like the supplements and stuff, because there's a lot of side effects that go with taking it internally, which I wouldn't really roll with, but topically it's pretty good. But still, don't take my word for it. Look it up yourself and make sure you're okay with it before you start to use it, and go to your doctor and do whatever you need to do. The neem is an herb from the neem tree, and that is typically found in India and Nepal and Bangladesh and Pakistan, and I can't remember the last place, but it's also found in the tropical and semi-tropical regions. Where we get the good stuff from the neem oil, that's mostly pressed from the fruit and the seeds of the plant, and it's not used to cook with at all, but basically that also has a couple of perks and typical uses. For one, it's used in cosmetics like soap and your hair products and your body cleansing products, and you know, skincare creams and things like that. And it could be used for lamp oil, which is mostly practiced in Hindu temples. People use it as an Ayurvedic medicine, which again I would definitely recommend looking deep into, or deeper into, or talk to your doctor before ingesting anything anything at all, just do your own research, and I will constantly and continuously urge that so you are well informed and you're not messing anything up with your body. And another thing I didn't really know, but it also is used as a pesticide, which sounds kind of scary, but it's used along with other things, and that's what farmers who are growing organically use to kind of ward off the insects and bugs the natural and healthy way, instead of using those nasty chemicals and stuff. So I didn't know that. And now you know it too. But what you're really here for is to find out what it can do for your hair, and that is a completely different ballgame. So I think what I'm going to do is go over the pros and the cons of using neem and also aloe vera, and then I will show you the recipe that I use to make this thing that my hair's sucking away very quickly, so I need to make more. And I will kind of dig into what other things I use and the benefits that they do, and that's basically it. So first off, I think to make it easier, I'm just gonna read from my little notepad, because I don't know. But I will be looking up and down on my notes to see what I'm missing, because it's a lot of stuff. So start off with the pros for neem. It basically conditions your scalp, it promotes healthy hair growth, it seals your hair follicles temporarily, it soothes frizz, which, I mean, it's a little bit fuzzy, but a lot less than what I normally have to deal with. It reduces dandruff. It treats your head lice if you have any, or if you're trying to prevent it. It minimizes grays, which I'm still skeptical on that. And it prevents hair loss. It's also rich in fatty acids. It's rich in I can't pronounce it. Lemanoids? It looks like lemons and lemanoids, vitamin E, triglycerides, antioxidants, calcium. It hydrates your hair, it stimulates circulation in your scalp, and it treats scalp infection. So that, along with my onion juice and apple cider vinegar treatment for my hair, all of this keeps my scalp super clean. There's not that many cons for using neem, but this mostly pertains to taking it internally, which, again, I say do your research. Basically, any supplement that you're taking, there could be risks of overusage, and that becomes toxic, so of course be mindful of that. A lot of people might experience nausea and cramping, and it is not suggested to be used by children under 12, those who are pregnant, or those who are breastfeeding. It can be a bad thing if you're taking other medications and you don't know what kind of reaction you'll have with the mixture of it. So that's the risk you're taking, and I wouldn't suggest it. If you want to be scared even further on taking the oils internally, some of the side effects can cause metabolic acidosis, seizures, kidney failure. I can't pronounce this one, but it's encephalopathy. I will definitely write that and put that on the screen. And causes severe brain... What? I'm not a medical doctor, but... It also causes severe brain issues. Can't really pronounce these words. In infants and young children. Now, if I can't even pronounce this, I don't know what it is, and that sounds crazy. And it can be associated with allergic contact dermatitis. So don't take it internally, or speak to your doctor and find out what you need to take and how much of it you need to take. But putting it on your scalp with other things mixed into it, I think you'll be okay. As far as aloe vera goes, this thing is like Party City for vitamins and your hair. It basically has anti-inflammatory actions that reduce. It's like a tongue twister for me to speak and think, and my brain can't really function right now. It is kind of late despite the brightness of my ring light. So I'm gonna go back to looking at my notebook. It has anti-inflammatory actions that reduce your scalp irritation. It moisturizes your scalp and your hair. It has a lot of enzymes and fatty acids as well that help reduce inflammation. It is rich in vitamins A, C, and E, B12, folic acids, choline content. Is that how you say choline? Like, I look at it and I see chlorine, but I know it's not chlorine. It's choline. That helps nourish and strengthen your hair. It's full of minerals like copper and zinc, which are also good for your skin and your hair growth. It has essential amino acids. It alleviates itching, it reduces dandruff, it balances your pH levels, it helps your hair retain water and moisture, it heals your scalp affected by psoriasis or seborrhea, it promotes hair growth, it adds strength and luster to your hair, and it easily penetrates your scalp and your hair, so your body will take it much better than, I don't know what I'm saying, but if you can't tell by my hair, I will scoot up a little bit closer, but it's really shiny, it's really curly, and it does suck all that good stuff up. But as we roll away from the pros, we move into the cons, because I want to give you all the information that I possibly can, along with the research that you're doing on your own. Basically, you have a potential for like a super allergic reaction, especially if you're allergic to garlic or onions or tulips. That was kind of like a one that threw me off, because like you have food and then it's the one flower. But I would definitely suggest putting a little bit on your skin as a tester to see if you have any kind of reaction, because you don't want to be caught putting a slab of aloe vera on your skin and having a miserable reaction to it and can't do anything about it until you get it treated. So like, I wouldn't suggest it. But this too, also, you can have contact dermatitis, and basically skin rashes might develop on the area that you put on your skin if you have an allergic reaction or some kind of reaction. So test it before you do it. You can also have phototoxicity, which is like equivalent to a severe sunburn on your skin if you do have a reaction, and it'll hurt. Orally, like I said about the neem, that too has reactions that I wouldn't really want, so I wouldn't advise taking it without talking to your health specialist or your doctor. Diarrhea, vomiting, your electrolytes can be imbalanced, and colic and kidney problems. I wouldn't want that. So again, orally, internally, I would just, fruits and vegetables is the way to go. I wouldn't really intake any of these herbs unless your doctor says it's okay and you're okay with the side effects and you're okay with the risks and whatever the benefits that it'll give. But I won't. Since I can't remember what I was gonna say, I'm just gonna go into showing you my recipe for my aloe vera and neem oil mixture. water aren't the only things that I put into this. I use the coconut oil as a base, and I also added eucalyptus oil, which is really good. The benefits for using coconut oil, I mean, you can also use olive oil and stuff, but I just use coconut oil for this mixture. And the benefits from using the coconut oil, that reduces your hair breakage, it helps your hair grow, it keeps it strong, it locks in the moisture. It's also a dandruff treatment, a lice prevention treatment. It protects your hair from damage when your hair is wet. It helps protect from the environments like wind and smoke and the sun, and it's full of vitamin E. As far as the eucalyptus oil, that is one of the best oils to use. Like, I would use that, or I would use I would use that, or I would use peppermint oil. I guess lavender, but I don't like the smell of lavender, so I'm never gonna use it. But if you like the scent of lavender, that also is good for your hair too. But eucalyptus is one of the ones that are good to go, because that helps to stimulate your hair follicles, which help it grow, and it brings the circulation to your scalp, so it's really good to keep things in motion and going. And it promotes hair growth, it restores your hair health, it is a treatment for lice, and it helps relieve your itchy scalp and helps get rid of dandruff, and it kills bacteria. It's rich in nutrients and minerals, and it adds shine to your hair, which my hair is really shiny with all of the things that I'm doing to it. Yeah, that's basically it. This is going, and I need to rub it into my scalp and massage it before I braid my hair and go to bed, because it is time to just cut it, because I can't function right now. So I will be doing more experiments with hair oils and mixtures and whatnot, since I just ordered a bunch of different herbs, and I have to wait to pick that up because my package was delivered, but I just haven't gotten it yet. So when I get it, I'll be making a lot more DIY hair oil recipes. If you are interested in learning more, or wanting to try out different recipes, or see how my hair journey and my hair growth is going, which it's going really well, so subscribe and follow along if you'd like. And that's basically it. So with that being said, please have a wonderful night, morning, evening, or afternoon whenever you're watching, and I will see you lovelies next time.